He dropped his wallet in front of the cafe. I picked it up without thinking. Instinct, reflex, whatever you call it. "Sir," I called, "you dropped this." He turned, middle-aged, sharp suit, smile too polished. He looked at me like he already knew who I was. "Thank you," he said, his voice measured, calm, expensive. "Please, take a reward." I shook my head. "No need." He slipped a card from his pocket. "Then take this. If you ever need a favor, call me." I hesitated, then accepted. The card was heavy, embossed. I read the name once, then twice. My stomach twisted. Alden Rayner. I knew that name. I dropped the card. My pulse spiked. I turned and ran. No reason, just instinct again. A buried memory clawing up from a place I thought I'd sealed off years ago. By the time I stopped, my lungs burned. I was in a parking lot, rain slick on the asphalt, chest heaving. Then came the sound, a single, sharp crack. A sniper's bullet ripped through the car window inches from my head. I hit the ground. My ears rang. Tires screeched in the distance. I crawled behind a van and checked the card still clutched in my fist. Blood smeared across the corner. Rayner, the man who destroyed my family. He was supposed to be dead. 5 years ago, I'd testified against him. Financial crimes, blackmail, human trafficking, every sin wrapped in a corporate logo. He vanished before sentencing. The papers said suicide. The FBI closed the case. But he wasn't gone. He was standing on that street, smiling, handing me a card like we were strangers meeting by chance. And the bullet meant he hadn't forgotten me. I didn't call the police. They'd write it off as paranoia, a random drive-by. Instead, I went home, locked the doors, sat in the dark with the card under a desk lamp. The gold lettering shimmered. I turned it over. A phone number. Nothing else. I typed it into a database I shouldn't still have access to. My old job in cyber forensics had its perks. The number was registered under a shell company, dissolved 3 years ago. But its email domain still pinged alive. Someone was funding it. Quietly. I spent the next 3 nights tracing digital threads. One led to a luxury real estate firm, another to a private bank in the Caymans, all under the same umbrella name, Rayner Holdings. He'd rebuilt everything under new aliases, and someone was helping him. I checked my wife's laptop next. She was asleep upstairs. I told myself it was just a precaution, just to rule things out. But when I opened her email, I froze. She'd been corresponding with a contact named A for over a year. Encrypted messages, wire transfer confirmations, photos of me taken from across the street. The latest email read, "Target confirmed, payment released." My throat closed. My own wife. The next morning, I sat at breakfast, pretending nothing had changed. She poured coffee, smiled. Her ring caught the light, the same hand that had signed away my life. I asked, softly, "You ever hear of a man named Alden Rayner?" She paused mid-pour. "No, who's that?" I watched the muscles in her neck tighten, the flicker behind her calm. I placed the business card on the table. "He says hello." Her eyes widened, just for a second. Then she composed herself, too quickly. "You're being paranoid," she said, voice trembling under its own control. "You've been under stress." I cut her off. "You sent him my schedule, my location, my face through that sniper's scope." She went pale. "I had no choice," she whispered. "They said they'd—" "Save it," I said. "You made a deal. You always do." Silence. Just the hum of the refrigerator. For the first time, I saw her not as my wife, but as a transaction that had finally matured. That night, I called the number on the card. "Mr. Rayner," I said. He sounded amused. I wondered how long it would take. "You still alive?" For now, he chuckled. She told me you were clever. I didn't listen. My mistake. I let the pause stretch. You should check your accounts. He laughed again, then stopped. I heard keys clicking in the background. His breathing changed. What did you do? I shut you down, I said. Every alias, every shell company, your money's been redirected. Offshore, encrypted, and gone. You'll regret this. No, I said. You will. I didn't go home after that call. I didn't have a home to return to. When the authorities found her, she was already gone. Rayner's people had cleaned up loose ends. I watched from a distance as they loaded the body bag into the van. No tears, no rage. Just the quiet understanding that betrayal always completes its own circle. The world kept moving. Cars passed. Phones buzzed. The city hummed. I walked away. The card still burned in my pocket. No name, no number anymore. Just an empty rectangle. I threw it into a storm drain and listened to it disappear. Some debts can't be paid, only erased. And I've learned to live like that, without a name, without a past, and without mercy.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.